Forgot to put the mic on. Good evening, everyone. Legislative Day 8 will now come to order. Please pause for a moment of silent meditation. I think everyone heard that Pope Francis died earlier this morning, so I think we could have a little moment of silence for the Pope. And anyone else that needs your meditation. Thank you. For tonight's Pledge of Allegiance, we have to the flag, we have a treat. We have two Boy Scout troops. Troop 419 at St. Michael's in Overley. And we also have Troop 124 from St. Isaac Joe's, right? So we have members from each of the troops that are going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. We also have some other guests in the back, but we'll talk about the scouts right now. So anyway, if I think it's 4 and however many, who's leading us in the pledge? So you guys come up. Gentlemen and ladies, whenever you are ready, we will follow.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tonight we will also have Scout Mark Joseph, who will present us with a brief report on scouting in Baltimore County. So, Mr. Joseph, are you ready? So you're going to come up to the table here. We're going to turn the mic on for you. And
Good evening. My name is Mark Joseph, and I attend Archbishop Curley High School, and I am a Star Scout from Troop 124, chartered to St. Isaac Joe's Roman Catholic Church. Did you know that the Scouting program is one of the largest youth-serving organizations in Baltimore County? We want to provide county leadership with an update on the Scouting program at Baltimore County for 2024, and to share some of the positive long-term impact that Scouting has on our community. I've been involved in Scouting since I was in kindergarten. My journey began in PAC 124 as the Tiger Scout, and I worked my way to Boy Scouts. My favorite camping trip is summer camp, and I've been to New Hampshire, North Carolina, and Georgia for these trips. I'm also going to Iceland this year and New Mexico next year, all with Troop 124. We'd like to present the county with our annual report card on Scouting to share a few accomplishments of Scouts in Baltimore County. Last year, 2,203 youth participated in the Scouting program, which was comprised of 88 PACs and troops chartered by local churches and community organizations. 1,526 Scouting adult leaders served the youth of Baltimore County, providing a high-quality Scouting program every week. Scouting's annual Scouting for Food drive collected over 8,000 pounds of food that stayed here in Baltimore County through distribution to local food banks and pantries. Between the Scouting for Food drive and other good turns in our communities, Scouts participated in thousands of hours of community service last year. Further, Scouts earned over 3,261 merit badges, helping them learn new valuable skills that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. 2024, 71 Scouts earned the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout, providing leadership to over 1,250 youth and contributing an impressive $73,695 worth of materials added to their local communities through their Eagle Scout projects, benefiting local community organizations. Scouting has been instrumental in shaping me into a more effective leader, equipping me with invaluable skills, and fostering a sense of responsibility to our community. I appreciate your interest and support in the Scouting program in Baltimore County, and welcome your support and its continued success across Central Maryland.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Marks?
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, and thank you to all of our scouts who are here tonight. I'm an Eagle Scout, and my son is an Eagle Scout through Troop 124. As I told you all beforehand, government works better because of our scouts, girls and Boy Scouts, and we can't do, there's a lot of things we can't get done without the scouting movement. So thank you for all the wonderful things you do, and thank you especially to the adult volunteers who support you.
And I would be remiss in that I think I said 419, the Boy Scouts, and we have Girl Scouts in 419 as well, so.
Scouting America now, right? Yeah, so.
Councilman Patoka.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Joseph, that was a fine report. Thank you very much. I just want to share some thoughts with the Scouts on this day when the world has lost Pope Francis. I was reading about Pope Francis this morning, and one of the things that he did, I think is important to what the Scouts and to what we all do. What he said is important to what we all do and what the Scouts do. When he first became Pope, he went to the southern part of Europe where migrant ships from Africa, from the African continent, come up to Europe, and the Pope was concerned, and he was concerned, it was really a profound statement. He said he was concerned about the globalization of indifference. I thought, wow, that's so profound. And I think that's where we all come in, is that the Scouts have never been indifferent on issues. The Scouts have always made a decision to make this world better. And I think with a leader like Pope Francis making that profound statement that we cannot globalize indifference, that we have to make a difference in what we do here, what our department heads do, what council does, and what the Scouts do. It's all about, and what our sororities do as well. It's all about making a difference. We spoke with some of the leadership today, and I just wanted to share those comments because I think we lost a great leader in Pope Francis.
Did. So also tonight, we want to welcome the ladies from Zeta Phi Beta sorority and the gentlemen from Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. Both the sorority and the fraternity are historically African-American civic and service organizations. We had the pleasure of meeting the members before tonight's meeting. We also have a representative from each organization who will provide some brief remarks on behalf of their membership. So Scott, and we also have Delegate Scott Phillips in the house, and Scott Phillips, who is also a member of the fraternity.
Thank you and good evening. My name is Rosalind M. Hannibal Mercer. I serve as president of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Mu Xi Zeta chapter, which covers Baltimore County. The organization was founded in 1920 on the campus of Howard University. Mu Xi Zeta chapter is celebrating over 40 years of service, organized in 1983 to provide service to the citizens and the organizations of Baltimore County. Our slogan is "Service is what we do." So we support homelessness, youth, all activities for those individuals that are in need. And I'm not going to be long and pass it over to my brother.
Thank you very much. My name is Brother Malwan Johnson. I am the International Director of Social Action for Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I'm also the president of the Epsilon Nu Sigma chapter here in Baltimore County. The Epsilon Nu Sigma chapter has been serving the Baltimore County area since 1972. We focus on financial literacy. We support minority-owned businesses, as well as our youth development and advocacy. Anytime we talk about voting empowerment, it falls under our social action program. And so we're just happy to be here to listen to the council members tonight and find ways that we can work together in partnership to support the communities that we serve in Baltimore County.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilman. Councilman Patoka.
Just want to say one thing about Zeta Phi Beta. Zeta Phi Beta has been very active in the 2nd District, working at schools at Woodmore Elementary and at Bedford Elementary, and providing supplies for students and food for students. It's just been really wonderful to work with you, and I really appreciate what I see the work that you're doing in my district, and clearly you are making a difference in the 2nd District of Baltimore County. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate that recognition.
And before you both leave, we have two council resolutions, one for the sorority and one for the fraternity. Councilman Jones is going to be, you want to speak about these?
First of all, thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I would like to also congratulate the Zetas as well as the Sigmas for all you do in our community. You've been constantly providing community service for many, many years, and it's greatly appreciated. I know whether it's mentoring kids in school or providing domestic violence or Christmas bags, you name it, you're there. So we certainly appreciate all your efforts. And I have a citation here from the entire county council for the Mu Xi Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. In recognition of your distinguished and dedicated service to Baltimore County, the council hereby extends its respect, commendation, and sincere appreciation to the members of the Mu Xi Zeta chapter in recognition of their exemplary service to the communities of Baltimore County. Since its charter on October 1 of 1983, the Mu Xi Zeta chapter has continued to provide community service to the underserved throughout Baltimore County, devoted to education, educational development, and political awareness. The Mu Xi Zeta chapter gives back to the community through tutorial, recreational, and mentoring programs. Built on the ideals of scholarship, service, and sisterhood, and finer womanhood, the Mu Xi Zeta chapter has been dedicated to upholding these founding principles. The council joins with everyone here this evening for this blue and white night in celebration of Mu Xi Zeta chapter and Xi Phi Beta sorority, and extends its best wishes for future success to this outstanding organization. Thank you very much. Signed, all the council members.
Congratulations. Nice seeing you, Nicole.
And what I'll do, I'll read yours really fast if you don't mind. Be it hereby known to all that the Baltimore County Council offers sincere appreciation to the members of Epsilon Nu Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity in recognition of their distinguished and dedicated service to Baltimore County. The council hereby extends a respect, commendation, and sincere appreciation to the members of Epsilon Nu Sigma chapter in recognition of their exemplary service to the communities of Baltimore County. Since its charter on April 19th, 1972, the Epsilon Nu Sigma chapter has continued to maintain a legacy of excellence through community involvement and advocacy throughout Baltimore County. Devoted to education and social action, the Epsilon Nu Sigma chapter gives back to the community through tutorial, recreational, and mentoring programs, brotherhood, scholarship, and service, as well as a culture for service, service for humanity. The Epsilon Nu Sigma chapter has been dedicated to upholding these ideals and principles. The council joins with those assembled here today for a blue and white night in celebration of the Epsilon Nu Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, and extends its best wishes for future success in this outstanding organization. Well, thank you so much.
I think Delegate Phillips wanted to come up and say a few words about the organizations. And Delegate Phillips, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Chair and members of the council, thank you. And I will be brief. I wanted to make a couple of comments. The first is to the Boy Scout organization. Wasn't quite as successful as Councilman Crandall, but I too was a Boy Scout, Cub Scout and a Boy Scout. And I really appreciate the discipline and the values. And so I will encourage each one of you to continue along that path and to continue to contribute back to society. I am a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, and one of the things that was not mentioned, often people say, well, why is a fraternity and a sorority celebrating together? And I want to make sure we understand the history. In what is called the Divine Nine, 9 Greek organizations, we are the only constitutionally bound male and female fraternity and sorority. And I think that's unique, but also says a lot about our values of working together, to supporting one another. And so on this evening, I wanted to just make that known. I began my journey with Phi Beta Sigma as a 19-year-old and have maintained that relationship ever since. I would not be sitting in this chair as an elected official had it not been for the relationships that I developed both in college and as an adult, and the support that I've received from both the fraternity and the sorority. So this evening, I want to publicly thank the fraternity and the sorority, Phi Beta Sigma and Zeta Phi Beta, for pouring into not only me, but to other members. So thank you all. I have a community meeting to get to, so Mr. President, thank you for allowing me to say a few words.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here, Delegate. Councilman Crandall, by the way, Councilman Crandall is online tonight. He has a meeting in the community after this, so he wanted to stay close to home. And Councilman Young couldn't be with us tonight. He's a little bit under the weather, which is rare for any of us. But he will not be with us tonight. So we'll have 6 of our 7. But Councilman Crandall, you had.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I thought it would be better to be on time for the meeting than to fight traffic and not be. So thanks for the acknowledgement. I just wanted to a very minor correction for Delegate Phillips. I did not attend Boy Scouts. I'm not a Scout. I think he meant being successful in the Boy Scouts when he mentioned it. I think he meant Councilman Marks, who is an Eagle Scout, and I was not a Scout, although I did serve for a little bit as the chairman of the Chesapeake District, so I have an appreciation for Scouting. But tell Delegate Phillips I appreciate the nod, even though I don't deserve it.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I'd just like to say that I was as successful as Councilman Crandall.
He and his family. So
Thank you, Councilman Crandall.
thank you.
You know, it's when we have an adult group like the sorority and the fraternity here and the Scouts, one of the things that, and my group of Scouts, we were talking about taxes. And one of the things that we've seen in our society, and one of the reasons why we're often see more government spending, is that only about 17% of the population volunteers. So everyone in this room, the sorority, the fraternity, the Scouts, boys and girls, you're one of the 17, you guys are all part of the 17% that volunteer your time for others. And often that makes the world a better place. Often you are able to respond to things in a quicker, more efficient way. And unfortunately, what we've seen in this country is a lot of the organizations like the Kiwanis or the Optimists, the JCs, all these different groups, a lot of them have diminished in their membership. And often the things that they did, and often those were things behind the scenes that people knew about, but it wasn't publicized to the world necessarily. Because those groups are not as plentiful as they used to be, a lot of times things fall upon government organizations. And the government isn't always good at dealing with things like that. So just know that every single one of you in this room are part of that equation to make all of our lives better, because if we don't have volunteers who are out there doing all the different things, I see our Director of Rec and Parks here, he knows very well, right, that most of our Rec and Parks program, if we didn't have the volunteer coaches and the guys who go out and line the field sometimes, or deal with the concession stand, and those things just don't happen, and there's no real replacement for that. So it's important to know that you are very important. And the one thing I would say to the Scouts, just because you're younger, don't, when you go off to college or go into your careers, whatever you do, try to volunteer, try to give back, because it's a lifelong thing. And if you're used to doing it as a youth, you should do it as an adult, because we desperately need you to be out there.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Councilman Jones.
No, I guess like to co-sign on your comments. There's no question about it. We are very excited to have you all here today, but what you represent is young people and Scouts who are committing or who are performing services throughout the community, earning your badges and the what like. But as you can see through our fraternity and sorority, there's an opportunities for you to give throughout your lifetime. So this represents a beautiful picture, because as the chairman said, we as a government, we can't do it alone. And a simple act of kindness that you give when you volunteer, when you make a difference, creates a ripple effect throughout our society, throughout our world, really. So we really appreciate everything you do. And this is just a beautiful picture when I see young people and adults like myself all continuing to give to the community to make it better. Because as the chairman said, we cannot do it alone. But with your help, we do it each and every day. So thank you so much for your service.
Well, thank you, Councilman Jones. And I thank everyone again for coming this evening. So now we're going to get to the meeting, and the good news is I don't think you'll all be sitting here for 5 hours, because you wouldn't like that, I don't think. We should be pretty quick tonight. I think we'll be less than an hour. So unless it'll be a first. It won't be a first. So is there a motion to approve the journal for the meeting of April 7th, 2025?
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the journal is approved. Next, we have enrollment of bills. Bills 1625 was passed by the council, signed by the county executive, and is hereby enrolled. Bill 1925 was also passed by the council and is hereby enrolled. Mr. Secretary, will you now read all bills for introduction?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. First is Bill 26-25, the Annual Budget and Appropriation Ordinance of Baltimore County. Bill 2725, the Property Tax Bill. Bill 2825 is the Personnel Law of Baltimore County. Bill 29-25, Current Expense Budget Assistance to Firefighters. Bill 30-25, Current Expense Budget Homeland Security, UASI Federal. Bill 31-25, sponsored by Councilman Jones, one-time use plastic carryout bag reduction, environmental education and enhancement fund, and Bill 32-25, also sponsored by Councilman Jones, large truck and commercial vehicle parking penalties. And these are all for introduction this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Secretary. We also have, we're going to move on to final reading and vote of bills.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Secretary, first item, please.
First is Bill 18-25, sponsored by Council Members Marks and Catch, zoning regulations, solar facilities.
Councilman Marks?
It is hard to believe, but according to Mr. Boswick, we still can hold this over for 2 weeks and be within the lifetime of the bill.
Yes, sir, by 2 days.
By 2 days. So the county executive's office has informed me that they would prefer for additional time to reflect on how the state legislation impacts our ability to regulate solar facilities. So I'm asking for your support to lay this over until the next legislative session. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Secretary, can you please call the roll on the motion to extend Bill 1825?
Mr. Ertel?
Aye.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Mr. Secretary, what is the new schedule for Bill 1825?
The bill will be scheduled for a work session next Tuesday, April the 29th, and then it will be up for final reading and vote on Monday, May the 5th.
May 5th, okay, great. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to cover the next bill, 2025?
Yes, sir. Next is Bill 2025, sponsored by Councilman Marks, parking and recreational vehicles on public roads.
Councilman Marks.
Thank you. The bill basically moves the enforcement of prohibitions on recreational vehicle parking from the Office of Code Enforcement to the Police Department. We worked closely with the County Executive's Office on this, and I believe there are 2 amendments.
There is, Mr. Marks. The amendment is mostly technical, but it does move the prohibition on parking of recreational vehicles and also includes boats on public roads from where it was originally in the bill as drafted. And the amendment creates a new subsection, or I'm sorry, a new section in the county code related to parking of recreational vehicles and boats on public roads. And it also, it sets forth the prohibition that is similar to what is in the zoning regulations that is being taken out of the zoning regulations, and also specifies that a person who violates this section is guilty of a misdemeanor and that the fine is $250 for each day a violation exists.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Was that the amendment?
Yes.
Okay.
There's 2.
Is there?
What's the other one?
Maryland 43.
Oh, right.
Should we?
It also, right. That is incorporated in this current amendment, but it also states that that a person may not park or stand a recreational vehicle or boat on any public road, street, or way within a residential zone in the county or within the MD 43 overlay district.
Are they 2 separate?
It's one amendment.
All one? Okay.
Yes.
You just didn't read them.
Yes.
So are there any questions about the amendment? Is there a motion to approve the amendment to Bill 2025?
I'll move it.
Second.
Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on the amendment to Bill 2025.
Mr. Ertel?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Okay, so the amendment passes. Are there any questions or comments
Yes.
from the members? Councilman Jones?
Yes, I guess I had a quick question. You have to forgive me, I don't remember reading it. Is there a limit on how long a person could park a vehicle on a county street? In other words, I know, being a person who camps myself, if a person has their camper in storage, oftentimes they may bring it to their home maybe the night before to load it up, clean it up, get it ready for the next day, or park it somewhere in the community. But normally that's a short period of time, maybe a day. And I know the issues that we were talking about were but long-term issues are not something in short-term base. I guess want to make sure we cover people that are parking their campers outside their home for a short period of time, camper or boat.
24 hours, correct?
There is no exception like that. The amendment does say that it does allow parking for the immediate loading and unloading of the vehicle, but it does not allow a specified time period as drafted, including the administration's amendment.
I think most of the time with the police ticketing, it's not always, but I've been dealing with this a lot because of not RVs, but construction trailers and things like that being parked. And it seems like it's generally 72 hours before they'll even ticket it, is what we've been seeing. So I don't know that would necessarily apply here, but you would think that if you were bringing it back to load it up or unload it,
Right.
you'd be okay, but I don't do.
We had originally proposed 24 hours, correct, Mr. President?
No, I don't believe, well, wait a minute, let me make sure.
It's going to the police, right?
Yeah.
Probably not gonna take it. Does. 70.
We did.
Originally
the amendment
24 hours.
initially, well, the bill as drafted originally stated that a person may not park or stand an RV or on RV on any public road, street, or way within a residential zone in the county except during a 24-hour period for the purpose of loading or unloading. It doesn't allow you to park for 24 hours. It just states that during a 24-hour period, a person could be in that public road, street, or way within a residential zone for the purpose of loading or unloading. So that statement doesn't say you can park for 24 hours. It just says during a 24-hour period, which is essentially a round-the-clock period, you can, I don't like to use the word park, but yes, you can park for the purpose of loading or unloading. And we simply transferred that. We didn't transfer the 24-hour period, but it's essentially the same thing.
So just to be clear, I'm going camping tomorrow. I go get my camper today. I bring it and park it in front of my house. I clean it up. I load it up. I go to sleep. Next day I get off work. I come home, jump in my camper and go. I'm looking at probably, let's say, less than 24 hours. Is that okay?
That is not okay. But that has not been okay even when this was in the regulations, within the zoning regulations. It was not okay then to park a recreational vehicle in a residential zone in the county, except for during the 24-hour period that someone is loading or unloading.
Except you can't load it or unload it for 24 hours.
Councilman Jones, I mean, would you feel comfortable if Mr. Bostwick, please give us your interpretation here, if after the words for the purpose of a loading or unloading, we simply inserted for a 24-hour period? Could we do that?
Do we have to do an amendment to the amendment?
Well, we first suspend the rules.
We have to suspend.
Suspend the rules.
We have to vote to suspend the rules.
All right, I'll make a motion, we suspend the rules.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, do you want to call the roll on suspending the rules?
Yes.
Mr. Ertel,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall.
All right.
So because we have so many guests, let me explain suspending the rules, because that sounds bad, doesn't it? So,
But it's part of the rules.
so this is a good example of this. So Councilman Jones questioned this piece in the legislation, and we're looking to clarify this so we don't have a situation where someone loads up their camper, they go to work, they're all excited to go to Ohio or wherever they're going, and they got a ticket on their RV already. And they were like, I was just trying to go on a trip. So our rules say that when we do amendments, we have to have them in a certain period of time. But sometimes things like this, which tend to be technicalities, or we just want clarifying language, we can suspend the rules and do the amendment on the dais, on the fly, as long as everyone agrees. So good lesson in civics tonight, because we often, when we do this, we say we want to suspend the rules, and everybody's very suspicious of, what does that mean? Why are they suspending the rules? What's the conspiracy here? Well, we just want to clarify that Councilman Jones doesn't get towed or get a ticket when he camps, so. Excuse yourself.
And again, I guess I just want to make sure that the council is aware. The reason that this was done the way it was in the amendment, where it stated that a person may not park, stand a recreational vehicle or boat on any public road, street. Remember, this is public road, street, or way within a residential zone in the county or the MD43 overlay district, except for the purpose of loading or unloading, is because there's not really, it's very difficult to police the 24-hour period. There's no one walking around with a piece of chalk
stopwatch
with tires, or so there's no way to really I don't want to say there's no way, because that's not accurate, but it's very extremely difficult to enforce a 24-hour grace period, because there's no way to really know when that vehicle got there and how long it's been there.
Okay.
So whatever you all wish to do is certainly your
Councilman
prerogative.
Marks.
I appreciate that, Mr. Boswick, and I know what your intentions are. I think, this bill was prompted by a situation in the Belmont area of my district where there was a vehicle that the police simply could not get to move because their enforcement was limited. I think that's the type of situation we're looking at. We don't want to penalize innocent folks who are trying to unload their campers or whatever. So I would like to propose a friendly amendment that simply adds the words within a 24-hour period after the words loading or unloading. That's my motion.
I'll second it.
For a 24-hour period for the purpose of?
For the purpose of loading or unloading within a 24-hour period.
Okay.
Do you agree with that language? Is that specific enough?
I would say that except for a 24-hour period for the purpose of loading or unloading.
That's fine.
Okay, so we had a second. Mr. Secretary, did you want to call the roll on that amendment? Are we good?
Yes.
So this is why we sometimes don't want to suspend the rules, because we look confused when we're trying to work this out up here, but it's a good process. So if we can make the bill better while we're voting on it, it's a good thing. But the good news is we don't often suspend the rules.
Correct.
Right. So if you think it's bad, it isn't, but we don't do it often to make it look bad, if that makes any sense.
No, it isn't. It's an amendment.
Mr. Secretary, you ready?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Ertel.
Aye.
Mr. Marks.
Aye.
Mr. Crandall.
Aye.
Mr. Patoka.
Aye.
Mr. Catch.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Okay, so the amendment,
The
on
amended
the 24 hours passes. Do I have a motion? Any questions about the bill as amended? Okay, do I have a motion to approve Bill 2025 as amended?
I'll move it.
Do we need to vote on the amendment?
We just voted on the
That
amendment.
was the overall amendment, okay, yeah.
Second, okay. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 2025 as amended.
Mr. Ertel.
Aye.
Mr. Catch.
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Mr. Marks.
Aye.
Mr. Crandall.
Aye.
Mr. Patoka.
Aye. Okay, Bill 2025 as amended passes. And let's go next to Bill 2125, sponsored by Councilman Catch and Marks. Councilman Ketch.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I am going to move to hold this bill. And the reason is there's something very important that occurred during the state legislative session where there were two bills that were passed that in essence took away the power of the county council and the administration of Baltimore County over various issues. Now, I want to remind everybody that the county council is closest to the people. We are the local government. And the bill that we have in front of us deals with the placement of solar panels. And we today have power over that. And you realize that if they're placed in the wrong area, it can cause all kinds of problems.
Turn your mic off. Turn your mic back on.
So anyhow, so what we do as council members, we work with the people in the areas that are going to be affected by these solar fields. We have situations where there are solar fields surrounding homes on three sides, where the landscaping isn't quite what it needs to be because it takes years for landscaping to grow. So what happens is with the bill that passed on the state level, government bureaucrats on the state level make these decisions, and you really don't have public input like we have with our constituents. In many cases, the public input is simply an exercise that occurs where people give their opinions and that's it. Whereas we work with our constituents. You all know that if you're going to have a solar field on three sides of your home, 50 feet from your home, it's going to lower the value of a house. There's noise associated with solar panels. There's so many negatives. And that's why we need to have local input of elected officials, not government bureaucrats. The other issue deals with transit-oriented development. You all know about the light rail. Well, there's a program to develop apartments, homes clustered around the light rail so that people will use the light rail instead of the roads, et cetera. Now, as a county council, we are perfectly able to deal with where these developments should go, how large they're going to be, et cetera. We involve our local communities in these decisions. With this state legislation, again, you're really cutting out people. What you have is these public hearings, but the bureaucrats on the state level don't have to listen to them. I mean, they're not elected officials. So, I think we have a real problem beginning on the state level where the state granted the county's zoning power and the power over solar, placement of solar. Now they're pulling back. And again, we up here are the closest to our constituents. And I believe that we, working with our constituents, will end up making the right decisions for the community as well as for the solar energy or the transit-oriented development, et cetera. So I'm delaying this particular bill because we don't quite know how the state bill on solar placement is going to affect this particular bill that I have in. The bill, what it does is it doesn't allow solar facilities on prime and productive soil. Prime and productive soil is just the way it sounds. It's the richest, most successful soil that's out there for growing crops, food for us. And that power has been taken away from us now. With the state bill, it's a little bit confusing. I think the law department, I think I read something, didn't I, from you all? I think I did.
Yes, sir.
I thought so. I didn't know whether, well, I think I've read a number of opinions there, but let me tell you what the state bill does. If the solar array produces under 1 megawatt, I believe it's still in the county's hands. If it produces between 1 and 2 megawatts, it's a shared responsibility, which I don't know how that works. If it's over 2 megawatts, it's strictly a state control issue. So the bill in itself, I think, is a bit confusing, and it just, to me, doesn't make much sense. So I appreciate the decision that, or the legal decision from our legal department, and I think we're going to need one on the TOD as well, the transit-oriented development. That's either House Bill or Senate Bill 80. I forget if it's House or Senate, but might want to look at that as well. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Councilman Ketch. Councilman Crandall, you had your hand up. Was that for this?
That is the case, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to take the time to wholly agree with Councilman Katz on the premise that the land use authority, meaning the Baltimore County Council's authority over land use decisions, is being consistently eroded by the General Assembly and bureaucrats in Annapolis. Each of us on this council have made land use decisions in concert with communities to figure out what is best for a community, and we are beholden to our constituents where we have to listen to them on land use decisions, especially major ones. And each of us has done that. And what we're finding is that Annapolis does not care what our communities want, doesn't care what we think. They're just trying to satisfy a political agenda on their own, and they're making decisions for neighborhoods that they've never, ever set foot in and do not understand. And for me, it's just it's an abomination of the use of the General Assembly's authority to put the Baltimore County Council and other local jurisdictions under the auspices of people that don't know any of the communities in which they're making decisions that will affect them for generations. And we're sitting here at the Baltimore County Council that is in tune with the wants and needs of our communities. And we can find compromises. We can find ways to get projects done. We're not totally anti-development. Development is spurs so many other investments into our community. But when you strip us of our authority, you're leaving it in the hands of people in Annapolis who are making decisions for us without knowing the underlying current of what the community actually feels. And I think that's a disservice to our constituents. It's a disservice to their constituents. And I just, again, I just find it a complete abomination that political agendas in Annapolis are more important than the taxpayers of Baltimore County. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Crandall. Any other comments? Okay,
I'll move special ordering the bill.
okay. Is there a motion? That you moved it, I'm sorry, second.
Second.
Mr. Secretary, can you call the roll on extending?
Mr. Ertel,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka.
Aye.
Okay, so we'll extend the bill. The council will now consider all fiscal matters. Extensive testimony was taken at the council's work session on April 15th. The witnesses who testified at the work session are available to restate their testimony if needed. I will now call upon the secretary to read the cover letter for fiscal matters 1 through 4.
Fiscal matter 1 is a contract of sale with Daniel Reddick for the acquisition of a drainage utility easement. Fiscal matter 2 is a contract with Motorola Solutions Incorporated. Fiscal matter 3 is 18 agreements as part of the CATS Plus OIT contracts. Fiscal matter 4 is a contract with State of Maryland Criminal Justice Information System.
Okay, are there any questions from the members on fiscal items? None? Okay. Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on fiscal matters 1 through 4.
Mr. Ertel,
Aye.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch.
Aye.
Okay, fiscal matters 1 through 4 are approved. We will now consider miscellaneous business items. Mr. Secretary, first item, please.
First is Resolution 20-25. This seeks council approval of the Maryland Rural Legacy Plan applications, 3 of them.
Okay. Megan Benjamin is here to testify. Hello, Ms. Benjamin, how are you? You were here at work session too, right? I was. So, okay. Want to cover it again, just it'd be good for everyone to hear.
Sure. So the administration is requesting approval by the County Council of this resolution to approve and prioritize 3 FY26 Rural Legacy Area applications submitted to the Maryland Rural Legacy Program. Several factors were considered, including the completion on projects, environmental protection, public benefits, threat, and sponsor input for this ranking. The application for the Manor Rural Legacy Area includes expansion of the area to the north and east to the Pennsylvania and Harford County lines, and to the west to align with the Gunpowder Rural Legacy Area boundary, and a small expansion to the south. The department recommends approval of all 3 applications with the following priority order. First, the Piney Run Rural Legacy Area. Second, the Manor Rural Legacy Area. And third, the Gunpowder Rural Legacy Area. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Councilman Marks, did you? Oh, your mic was on. Okay. Are there any questions for Ms. Benjamin? Okay. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2025?
So moved.
Second?
Second. Okay. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Resolution 2025.
Mr. Ertel,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Thanks, Ms. Benjamin. Have a great night. Next up, Mr. Secretary, Resolution 2125.
Yes, next, Mr. Chairman, is Resolution 21-25, sponsored by Councilman Marks, opposition of overhead transmission lines, Brandon Shores Retirement Mitigation Project.
Councilman Marks.
Thank you. Mr. Boswick, can you clarify for everyone again the rather lengthy amendment?
Yes, so the amendment would change the wording and tone of the resolution. It would take out the first paragraph as well as the first be resolved paragraph. stating that the council strongly opposes the construction of overhead transmission lines for the Brandon Shores Retirement Mitigation Project. It would take that out, and thereby it would also alter the title of the resolution. So it would be entitled Brandon Shores Retirement Mitigation Project Overhead Transmission Lines. Instead, the resolution would urge all land titling issues to be resolved before active work began on the project, including modification of the 150-foot wide right-of-way set aside for the Susquehanna Transmission Company for the erection and maintenance of an electrical transmission line. And then there is also wording that would be deleted related to BGE's efforts or lack thereof to comply with the provisions of the council's earlier resolution, I believe 37-24, as well as two other, as well as another whereas paragraph where the council is stating its unequivocal disappointment that BGEA is not putting the lines underground.
Councilman Marks.
Thank you. We had a very robust debate on this, and there will be a hearing on Wednesday at which this project will be debated extensively. I want to thank BGE for their email sent to us at 7:58 this morning, in which they clarified their perspective on the real estate issues associated with this project. I believe this resolution has been significantly modified, and that simply asking us to call on titling issues to be resolved is a very reasonable thing to request. That's all.
Any questions or for Councilman Marks? Yes, Councilman.
Co-sponsor?
Okay.
The amendment
On the
or the
amendment or
resolution?
the bill?
The amendment or the
The
resolution?
resolution.
Bill.
The resolution.
Resolution.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I tripped you.
I'm sorry.
I said the bill. You followed my lead.
Is there a motion?
Okay, is it Councilman Jones?
I guess I had one
Sorry.
question as it relates to the titling issues. I mean, isn't that something that if there is in fact some issues with the title, isn't that something that has to be resolved in the court of law? Or somebody has to bring a claim in a court of law to say that the title is no good? And then, I mean, I don't know all the details, but I'm just wondering, is that something we should be involved in? I mean, because how would we know?
Frankly, Mr. Jones, and I would defer to Mr. Benjamin, but I honestly don't know enough about how the PSC operates to know whether any administrative, if there are any administrative provisions that would relate to those kinds of the issues the issue you're raising, or if it would have to be adjudicated in a court of law. I just don't know if there are any administrative provisions related to that type of issue.
I think, Mr. Councilman, I think that would be an issue I'm happy to look at for you. I don't want to give what I would consider spot advice. I'd like to be able to look at that issue and be able to advise you and your colleagues about that particular matter, if I may.
Thank you.
I don't know the answer either sitting here. I don't know, but I can get the answer for you.
Yeah, like I'm not I don't know about right-of-ways. What I know about is just property in general. If I buy a house and a great-great-grandson makes a claim to the property, there's title insurance, there's a whole process of where somebody can make a claim. But I don't know how it works in terms of right-of-ways, especially something that was, I don't know, early 1900s?
I think the resolution's been significantly altered. I mean, this is the one thing the community leaders do want us to bring up. And I think it's important for us to look out for the property rights of people in Kingsville.
Councilman Ketch, did you have anything? Or
I just want to say that this is another example of a government higher than this one getting involved in land use. The state of Maryland and Baltimore County, we've invested hundreds of millions of dollars in preserving farmland. And one of the requirements is when you sign your land over the development rights, you agree you're not going to do this, this, and this. And one of the things is you don't have the ability to really offer your land for, tear the trees down, put power lines on. You don't have that option. What is happening is that our Public Service Commission is going to be asked to allow the power companies to come in and in essence to take that right away. And after we've invested all this money, it's just ridiculous. It really is. I mean, this is, again, another very important issue, So just.
I'll call the question.
Second.
The amendment, right?
Mr. Secretary, you want to call the roll on the amendment?
Mr. Ertel,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks.
Aye.
Okay, so the amendment passes. Is there any questions or comments from the members for the resolution as amended? Is there a motion to, there are none? Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2125 as amended?
I'll move it.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Resolution 2025 as amended.
Mr. Ertel,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Jones.
Aye.
Okay, Resolution 2025 passes. Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Resolution 22-25. This resolution seeks council authorization to accept a donation, trained facility dog, Mutts with a Mission. This is for introduction only this evening.
With a mission. Yeah. Cool.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Councilman Crandall, do you know Mutts with a Mission?
in fact, I do. Mr. Secretary, will you please add me as a co-sponsor to this resolution?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Secretary, next resolution for
Next,
introduction.
Mr. Chairman, is Resolution 23-25, sponsored by Councilman Patoka. This resolution expresses the council's opposition to layoffs and closures to local social security offices for introduction only this evening.
Okay, great. Mr. Secretary, is there any further business to come before the council?
There is no further business, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so the meeting is adjourned, but wait, there's more. As is customary, anyone who has registered to speak online prior to the meeting is allowed 3 minutes to speak. Ms. Belcastro, do we have any speakers this evening? I believe we do.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have one speaker who is virtual, and that is Ms. Sharonda Huffman. Ms. Huffman, you are on. You may begin your testimony.
Ms. Hoffman,
Hello, how are you?
hearing from you tonight. What do you have for us?
Oh, thank you so much. I just wanted to, let's see, I don't know if it's not working. Okay, well, the reason why I'm here tonight is I wanted to get some clarity. I was able to read, I'm Sharonda Huffman from Essex, Maryland. I was able to read the finalized Bill 1925 for the Baltimore County Farmland Preservation Act. And I was seeking some legal clarity as well as the enforceability. Now, based on the auditor's fiscal note in my review, the bill does not clearly change the legal mechanisms that govern development, like zoning, the metro line, or the water, sewer, plan, if the bill text doesn't, directly amend the processes in Article 20 or the CZMP. Then its passage may have been symbolic rather than substantive. It creates a false sense of protection while leaving the door open for litigation and policy loopholes. Passing a charter amendment without operational change or clarity can open up to enforceability issues. And I would just seek clarity. At the last meeting, there was opportunity to make some amendments to it before it actually goes to the ballot. And I just would like to make sure that the ballot amendment as proposed is legally sufficient. And it doesn't conflict with the existing zoning and utility regulations. I think this is a good opportunity to make the bill a little bit better and make clear definitions to the different articles that were addressed in the fiscal note. Repealing this doesn't mean walking away from the issue. It just means taking accountability and doing it the right way this time. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please let me know.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hoffman. Any questions for the speaker? No? All right, well, thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Hopefully it was a somewhat educational experience and we didn't bore you too much, and we're actually done at a somewhat reasonable hour. So thanks again, and thank you for all you do, and keep up the good work. Councilman Jones.
No.